Hi, yeah, it's Xavier at the top of the garden by the back door, and just going to do a really quite a short clip, which is the third pruning of my old man Larch. Now, some of these will actually probably represent where the second pruning would have been, and they didn't actually elongate at the time. There are a few of these that I know that have continued to elongate and that have actually bifurcated. But the key thing is that what I have noticed now is on lots of these is that I've got some really nice short internodal lengths, so that next year when I'm looking for the flushes, I'm going to get some really good bifurcation from them. So I'm literally going to be pruning right back to those points, and he says that with full knowledge, picking one that doesn't appear to have produced what he said it would. So anyway, that's a little bit further out. You see they've got browning, but there's bud formation there, so although we may well get dieback on that branch, I think the thing to look at is with all these deciduous trees, you're constantly looking to rebuild and plan for where it's going to come to next. That sun is coming straight through, it's brilliant. So anyway, so I'm just going to continue to prune this, looking back to the lowest possible buds I can get. I say lowest, closest back to the branch. And I want this to continue to grow, so there you go, it's a nice one there. Now, they definitely will not, you don't want any more flushes now, but this is setting up your buds for next spring. Okay, well this one's quite a long way out, so I'll go right back to the wall. Do you know what the saddest thing is realising that your eyesight is getting so bad that you're going to have to get glasses, or better glasses, so that I can actually see the bud work on these things. Okay. And surprise, surprise, it'll be in Xavier motion. So that's all that needs to be done with this. And I mean, I know I said at the beginning that I'm not expecting any more buds to come out, but actually, it's not to say there won't be. I've had some years, normally when it's been a really good year for growing, where I've got 8 weeks. There'll be another flush that'll come out, just a small one, but that'll be where I'll get my little final ramified. But this year, with the conditions we've had, to be perfectly honest, it's been a shocker. Although I've had 3 flushes, and probably in truth this is a sort of 2.5 flush. I've got a couple of ones here that I think are third flush, but basically, I think I'm probably quite fortunate this one hung in there because it's a very shallow pot. But anyway, I'll show you one of the other ones. That's done. The old man's done for the year. So I'm going to let him get some good old-fashioned girth on him. Now this one you would have seen in the, I think right back at the fashion, I think I called it the fashion parade, one of my early ones, Lucinda Larch. Yeah, one of my originals in a Dawn Isaac pot. This is now, I mean, you see it in some of my updates video, you've seen this one, and it was looking very, 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 very poor. But it's just to show, I mean, they were all pretty scorched and sunburnt, and all that's done is encourage the growth. And if you look here, I don't know how well you can see there, but this is the sort of thing we're talking about. On this one you've got a bud, you've got a load of buds, but those two have flushed out, but you've also got another one flush at the top and this. So if you leave a length with 5 or so buds on, you can potentially get that sort of growth. Well, all I want to do now is cut to the 2, and I'm going to go around this one now. And this one's actually, because it didn't have its second prune, it's given an opportunity for some of these other buds to shoot, which means I can come now and I can actually see where the growth is coming from and make some pruning decisions based on that, which is nice. And all I'm doing, yeah, it's directional. I'm seeing the direction these are coming through from, and I'm cutting back to that as to however I want it. I'm not going to do major pruning. Here's another example on this one. You've got bud there that's coming out, and there and there and there. So I'm going to take it all the way back. So I just get the 2. To be fair, there's a number of examples. Here where you've got quite a big length, nothing came, but right here at the base, you've got little whorls there coming, so I'm going to cut straight back to there. And so now, on this time of the year, we'll hopefully get quite a bit of growth from that, which is perfect. Same thing here, that happening. Take the terminal tip off. And each year responds differently. This one hasn't done it. And you've got this length right at here, which isn't. But I'll leave that for now because I want it to continue to gather energy, and that one will be cut back to 2 buds probably next year in the spring. So I'm going to go around this and do exactly the same thing. And here, whole length is about 6 buds there. None of them have activated, which is no good to me unless I actually wire that. It doesn't mean those buds won't activate next year, but probably what will happen is next February, when I'm pruning, I'll cut right back to there's 2 buds there and see if they come out, or I may actually go right back and look at the design and go, I've got 2 new buds coming up here. I may actually take those right off and bring the crown right in. There's a few options there. And as an experiment, that one I'm going to leave. But this one I'm actually going to do that cut now. So I've got 2 buds out there and just see if they activate. And here's an example where I've actually got a branch and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all on the same side of the branch, which is an absolute nightmare. So I can't really. I could wire in a layer so that they actually come out at different levels, but I don't want all of them. So same on this one. Okay. Okay, and obviously we've got this long length here and we've got a few here, but I'm quite happy with that. So that's Lucinda Larch for the year, and that's taking into account that the second pruning cycle, it was a scorched mess. So I'm going to show you one other that I did yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before, which was a forest that you would have seen me put together way back in March. Okay, so this, which was 2 No, it's a single Yamadori from Wales. You saw me do the repot in February or March. I can't remember, again, Larch-tastic or the other one on Larches. If you want to have a look at that to see the repots, beautiful, beautiful Dawn Isaac. Again, it's scraped. If she looked at this, she could actually tell you what it is in the comments. I might encourage her to do that. She says she's too busy to go on YouTube. Anyway, so we've got good equal growth right around it. It's not throwing it out, but it's certainly doing okay in this pot. So I'm happy that it's got through this year's repot. I like it. Maybe the front's there. Depends, Mr. Diplodocus is the wrong way. Yeah, really, really like that. Okay. Basically, for me and Japanese Larch, this is definitely the last time. I've just been going around and clipping a few here and there, but this will be the last time I'll do anything with them. There's a few wire on that I'll check later in the year, but apart from that, the next time I'll touch the Larch will be in the mid-February. So very, very early spring, late winter, last week or two in winter, when I'll do some bud selection and potentially look at doing some wiring and getting rid of all the knobbly, horrible bits. So from Xavier, oh no, there's one other thing I wanted to show you. It's not the Satsuki Azaleas. I know I promised you in one of my shorts that I'll show you the method with those. They're continuing to bud out, and I want the buds to, the little shoots to actually come out a bit further before I do exactly the same thing that I've just done to the Larch, to be honest. But I love it when these are little dwarf, when they firmly set their buds for the following year. I've got to do a little bit of wiring on this, but you get your look and you've got these lovely buds all set, and you know where you're going to get your flowers from. So if the front's here, probably I want to wire that up so that when that, in fact I'll do that in a minute, but you don't need to see that, but that's what I'll do. I'll literally wire those so when the flowers open, they'll be opening towards the front, which a lot of the time, most of the flowering stuff can often not look that great when the flowers aren't on them, but they're set up with a view that those flowers. Anyway, with that half finished sentence, I'll take this prickle out of my hand, and I don't know when and where you're going to see this. It will have been long past third pruning, but I've got to put some material together because I should imagine you'll probably see this when I'm up in the Orkneys collecting some rock. So from Xavier at the top of the garden, well, by the back door, God bless, happy bonsaiing. I love it when my thumb does that. Cheers.